Got a big crack in the back of my phone. Well, that sucks. Don't know how that happened.
Oh no, Rusty, piece of shit. Got everything.
Spoke to the engineer about putting the LS1 in the 260Z. Now he has absolutely no drama. He can engineer it for registration on South Australian roads. I'm very happy about that. So it should be no harder than doing it with an RB or whatever else. It used to go on power to weight from motor to chassis, but now it goes on the weight of the engine to the weight of the chassis. And as long as your brakes are capable of stopping it correctly. So, looks like we might be going LS1. Anyway, this here, we're going to fix it. First thing I'm going to do is pull the skin off. I've got these skin removal pliers from Hatwell Traders. As you can see, they've got a sharp, Hatwell Traders in South Australia, by the way. We've got a sharp blade on one side and a little rest on the other. The rest, that's where the edge of the door rests, and this hooks under the edge of the door skin, and you can peel it back like so. So I'll show you closely on how that works. Okay, I thought I'd just bring it outside because I'm filming with the GoPro and they love light. And, as I was saying, you got the sharp edge that goes under your door skin and the rest that rests on the edge. Now I already started this one, so I cheated a bit, but what you do is you rest it on the edge and you just hook it in underneath and you just peel it back like so, and you work your way around. You don't want to go too far if you want to reuse your skin, because you don't want to damage it. You can do this with a hammer and chisel. There's different methods. If you didn't want to reuse the skin, you'd just grind along the edge here and just separate it, but I want to reuse this skin, so I did a time-lapse video of this process. It won't load in my phone, so you have to take my word for it, but as you can see, I've been the whole way around the edge. Looks a little bit messy, but you can straighten that out with hammer and dolly after you get the skin off. So all we got to do now is I'm going to just nick it here on both sides, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I've got to drill out some spot welds around here. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, that's all nicked up, so now I'm just going to turn it over. Where I nicked it there, I'll cut it straight through. Put it on the bench properly, it would help. Okay, same on the other side. done. So I've drilled out the spot welds with my spot weld drill bit all the way along, so now I'll be able to separate the skin. So I've got to get the hammer and chisel and undo that. So it seems as though my time lapse does no longer work on my phone, so it's a bit disappointing, but as you can see I got the skin off. You would have seen it, but stupid time lapse. Okay, I'm going to replace from here around to here, probably this section here, and from there to there. Got the tin made up already. I've got these lines here, that's marking where I've got to fold it. First thing I'm going to do is get a chisel and lightly tap it along those lines to make them more defined. So that's what I've got to do now. Okay, so I had to mimic this line here on the opposite side because I've got to chisel the opposite side to the way it bends. So I had to mimic that on that side. And I think my Sharpie's run out of batteries, or maybe it's run out of ink, I don't know, but I'll get a new Sharpie. Anyway. I'm very cramped at the moment and I don't like it. Rightio. Remember to keep where you've chiseled to the inside of the bend. I usually do this in a couple of passes to get it all even. I do have a little bender here, but for shallow bends like this it doesn't work very well. It's not sharp on the car, so that was silly. Okay. Shows you can do it without all the fancy equipment. the hard way, but shows you can do it without all the stuff on my floor. I don't know where it comes from. Anyway. Just like that. Now I'm going to take it to the shrinker. I take baby steps because you don't want to overshoot the bend, so it curves it around. Go to just before where I think it's going to be, and I'll go check it out. See that? Alright, we need a little bit more on this edge here. Let's go have a look. Oh, that's it for my tripod action. That's pretty close. You can see I started bending it over. Now I've got to stretch this part here, but I can't do it in the shrinker stretcher because anyway it'll just flatten it out. I've got it pretty much spot on now, so I'm just going to hit it with the hammer and stretch it out that way. By hitting it with the hammer, it sort of spreads the metal out and it stretches it. Okay, I got it bent over enough now. Okay, I think I got it close enough now. Got to put it in the shrinker stretcher. And, cut out the old tin because as you can see this top line does not match this line here. So I've got to shrink it around here. Here to bring this around. I almost forgot you guys. So I'm just going to scribe around the edge. Got tack welded in here. Wow. Now I'm going to cut it and then I'll cut it out. I'll try and undercut it a bit. Wind to pass. So I can. I've got it tack welded in, and the gap around the glass seems to be even. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to weld the rest of this piece in. Then I'll have another trial fit. And then move on to the next piece of rust. Don't forget that side looks like this, so it's already a major improvement. Part of our welding is finding a comfortable position. Oh. Earth to my weld. Looks like metal. Well, if you saw my last video, you would have seen that the Pontiac fell through the sail. So that's put a bit of a dampener on the 260Z build here. So it's going to be a little bit longer before I sort out the engine. So, but I can still go ahead with the rust repairs. So where were we? I was welding in some rust in the hatch. Now I've gone ahead and done the rest of the rust because I didn't think you want to watch it more than once because it's pretty much the same thing. So this is it. As you can see, she's got no rust in the skin now. It's looking pretty tidy, and it's reasonably flat along there, so there's not a lot of warpage. See all that brown stuff there, that's cavity wax, which has protected the bottom half of the hatch pretty well. So what I was going to do, I was going to media blast it before I put it back together. But I had my sand sitting in a bucket for months and months. And I thought it'd dry out sitting in the shed, but it didn't. So I had to lay it out flat on a piece of tin and try and dry it out a bit more than that. So it's not going to get blasted before it goes back together, but it will get blasted afterwards. But it's not real rusty on the inside, so I don't have to worry about it. This brown stuff up here, again, that's cavity wax, that isn't rust. So I'm just going to clean up where it is a little bit rusty, and I'm going to put it back together. I'm not even going to take that cavity wax off because that's doing a good job of protecting it. So clean up where I've welded in the new tin, and I'll put some primer over that. Treated it up and put it back together. Edges with rust inhibitor, and when I put this back on, I'm going to spray the hell out of it with cavity wax. Keep that at bay. So I'm going to put it back on. Make sure it's all up nice and tight. Alright, get some vice grips. It's all clamped down. I'm just going to tack weld it on either side, and then I'm going to lay the glass in it to make sure it's all going to be before you go ahead nice and weld things up. As you can see, the glass is actually touching the edge there. And I've got it even the whole way around, except for that corner. And this one's got a gap around that edge. So what I've got to do is I've made a line roughly where I've got to follow it, and I'm going to cut it along there and re-weld it. I'm going to have to do it for the bottom as well. I have to do something about the bottom side of that, around that edge. So it's back to the I'll see if I can fix this up. Okay, I'm on a winner. I have a gap there now. Just got to weld back up around here. Okay. See, it's the same on this side. Yep. Nice gap. Well, that's that side done. So always check before you weld. Now I'm going to flip it over, make sure and fold the edges over, and put me in a world of hurt. Some plug welds to weld up, but I don't have MIG gas at the moment, so I'm just going to maybe weld up one with the TIG. I don't want to waste TIG gas on doing plug welds. Just to hold it there. But yeah, I'll fold the edges over now. So what you got to do is you got to get yourself a flat dolly like that, and you hold it underneath. Okay, just with probably quarter to half the dolly poking out from the edge. I'm going to do this one-handed. And while you've got the dolly there, hammer for doing just going to fold the edges over with the hammer. I do have a better one tapping it along. It's got a bit of a angle on it. You don't do it all at once. Get in there easier. Fold it over a bit, and then you go back. But probably what you want to do is you want to start bending it over with the broadhead hammer first. You probably don't even need the dolly. Just get it started. These are going to bend over pretty easy because they've already been bent over. And then you just get the dolly underneath. Just work your way evenly along. That's that. That's the edge folded back over. I'm going to do the rest now. This is the best shaped hammer for doing door skins. I do have a better one at work that's got a bit of a angle on it so you can get in there easier. But probably what you want to do is you want to start bending it over with the broadhead hammer first. You probably don't even need the dolly. Just get it started. These are going to bend over pretty easy because they've already been bent over. And then you just get the dolly underneath. Well, that's